The thing we need to remember about salt marshes is they're always in motion, although that motion happens over geologic timescales. I started at the university at the reserve about 15 years ago. And 15 years ago, those cedar trees were green and healthy and lush. And over the years, we have seen them slowly die off. The soil salinity has gotten too high for those cedar trees, and that has killed them off. And that is the effect of sea level rise. Those marshes migrate, they will move upslope into the forest to maintain themselves in that tidal frame. We call that existing in a dynamic equilibrium. The issue now is what happens as sea level rise starts to accelerate, is accelerating. We know from carbon-14 dating that 1,500 to 2,000 years ago, this was a cypress forest, and we see the remnants of that cypress forest in those root balls at the edge of the marsh where we have our study sites. And so it doesn't really bother me to see those silver as long as there is space behind it to let that natural process continue. Well, what we're doing out here is we are trying to track and monitor and measure those rates of change. And how is the salt marsh currently responding to these accelerated rates of sea level rise? What are the patterns in the spatial migration of these marshes? And that will feed into predictions and models and better understanding of how that will happen in the future and what the resilience or vulnerability of these marshes are. The question is, in a period of accelerated sea level rise, how well can those marshes keep up? If they can't keep up in the vertical and they have nowhere to migrate to upslope, well, there's no more marsh.